team that enjoyed great success in Sweden was Team Portugal. And we're joining the captain, Antonio Rodrigues, one of the better-known fly tyers and fly fishermen in Europe, as he reveals some of his secrets in tying the European nymphs. Antonio Rodrigues?
Yes, from Portugal.
From Portugal. Guess what? 2006, we're going to go to Portugal.
Yes, into my home rivers.
You told me that you fished the San Miguel River in Durango, or not Durango, in Telluride.
Yes.
And you said it's very similar to the streams at home.
Yes, you have some similar streams in the size and even the water.
And the terrain, it's kind of
it's kind of same kind of waters with small rocks and small streams, small rapids. You need to fish very light with small flies, basically olives, and at that time of year some midges also.
Okay. Right here, what do we got? Is this something you engineered for these championships?
Not to these championships. We have this fly is developed maybe even to last year into Slovakia for some trouts, and even to here for trouts. We use this nymph as an olive nymph, size in this case 14. You can use it at 16. In Portugal, we use this fly also to fish in big pool 7x. And
7x?
Yeah, and to maybe 10 or 12 feet of tippet 7x. Just do it real, don't scare the trouts. They are real wild, so we must work very well the flies to get. I will start with an olive.
Right, we got the hook.
We got the hook.
Yeah, it's a. We held this up before,
yes.
But it's a flash point partridge, barbless ideal hook or nymph. Size 14. Is that the standard size you use?
Yes, 14 or 16, and sometimes we use 18, but we don't need to. I think the 14 or 16. I use 14 almost during the year, from March until May, and June and July and August. Sometimes we use smaller ones because the trouts are already difficult, and we have the level of water is a little bit lower, and so we must do it.
Well, I'm ready to see this. Well, and we've got the bead on.
Bead on. Yes.
Everybody uses tungsten around here.
You can use tungsten or regular ones. It depends of the weight you want to give to the fly. In this case, it's only weight I give to the nymph is the bed head. You know?
Just to bead it.
Well, now I will use some olive line.
Uni-thread.
Yes, color olive. Well, this is.
You're gonna anchor the.
The bed head just a little.
So.
Yeah, to don't come down and disturb my work. So it will be I will make the body very, very thin, you know, because because you don't have many weight in the nymph. Sometimes you must do it just the body very thin to drop very fast.
My guess is that you're using this for a mayfly imitation?
Yes, olives, blowing olives are...
Blowing olives, that's what I was getting at.
Yeah, blowing olives.
So right now, folks, that's one of our most prolific hatches in spring and the fall. Do you get them both in the spring and the fall?
Yes, also, yes. We have, in one of the rivers that I fished most, my own rivers, the most part of the flies are olives, so you need to use it to get some fish.
All right,
very difficult fish.
We're going to start. Obviously, it's got to have a tail.
Yeah, I will make a tail with leon feathers. You can use this.
You call them what feathers now?
What?
What did you say?
Leon feathers.
Yep, that's
from Spain. Spanish feathers.
It's a Spanish hackle.
Yeah.
Probably the first genetic hackle made from about 400 years ago. In other words, a special chicken bred to make those.
Yes, they have. I know that in the United States they are already working with this. And they are working in the. I don't know. I've been in Colorado in a farm, and I saw that they were working. Push it like this. It's very easy to bring him off. See.
Yep.
Just put it on the
hook. I
like
that color. It's kind of a variegated color that's really superb for tailing.
Yes, they are very, very, very good.
You know, that would also work very good for wings on mergers.
On mergers and wet flies also. Yep. We open just a little bit the tail. No. like the real olive nymph's head. Just a little bit, you know.
Very sparse.
Yeah. Now, just giving some volume to the body. And right now I'm ready to use the turkey beard.
Turkey is a good thing. It keeps it nice and thin and tapered.
Yes.
Beautiful thing. It's just made perfect because it's.
Yes, I think it's give us a shape and the difference of color you had.
Right.
And it's also well, you can tie this nymph. You can tie it in olive, and you can do it in gray or in brown.
Whatever color you want.
Yes,
in other words, this is not just a bluing olive.
You can do it every nymph with this.
You can do it for any fly nymphs.
Yes,
Just changing the size, changing.
Yes, you can use it in nymphs, but I also use it in dry flies.
Oh yeah, big and dry flies in our country.
Yeah.
All right, so we're going to take the goose bayat.
Yes, a little bit. I cut just right this because I don't need all feather, and the last part of the feather is make you a different color body, you know. Just.
Now he's gathering up some of that. He's kind of measuring it, so it's about halfway down the shank where he's tying it in.
Yes, but I use maybe I put it right here where the hook begins to do the
Right,
shank.
that's where the shank starts.
Sometimes some fly tyers and some friends of mine that use in competition use bigger hooks.
Right.
They tie the flies, small flies, but in bigger hooks.
Right.
You know, just because some fishermen think that the trout don't even see the hook, only see the shape of the fly. So you can use a small fly in a big hook. I don't use that technique. I use only
whatever you have confidence in. This is what you want to do. I agree with you.
Okay, I will use some dubbing just to give some shape to the body.
Right, and it's going to be an antron is what you're looking at.
Yes, no, this is an SLF dubbing.
This is blend. Antron and rabbit blend. There's squirrel, there's a bunch of things.
Yes, it is.
It's a synthetic with the natural, and it gives you some fiber.
Some shine, different shine.
Now sometimes they'll blend synthetics too, so it doesn't always have to be rabbit or something. You can just take synthetic.
And in this case, it's only to give the shape to the body.
Right.
Use this kind of dubbing or other dubbing, or with the line you can do it.
The antron, of course, gives it shine.
Yeah, some shine. If some fibers came out of the bayat, it gives some shine, but you don't need to. It's just only to make the shape of to give some shape to the nymph. Now, it's 1 or 2 fibers of like this. It will be enough.
Looks
so
good.
It's only now you're gonna cover it with the bayat, so the underbody you just need to give him the shape, nothing more. So it comes now. We just turn the bayat, the turkey bayat, like this. I used to put the hook like this because I'm used to, you know.
Turn it so you can see it a little better.
Yeah, we see it better. So you must do it like this to turn. Okay. To have the shape like this.
Essentially what he's doing is tapering it over the dubbing, letting some of the dubbing shine through. This one can be a nice, beautiful little fly.
Like this. Now I find it like this, like this. Okay, you can
Well done.
do it right now like this. Like a line, I think will be enough. So you had some shadows of the bayat give you some shadows, some olive and almost white shadows. Okay.
No question.
And you can cut this off because you don't need it anymore.
Now we're going to work on a little bit of a thorax.
Yeah.
Are you going to use thread for that, or are you going to add some more dubbing?
Yeah, I use some more dubbing, but before I put some feathers of CDC to cover the thorax after, and make the small legs.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's see how you do that.
So I'm using a regular, natural color CDC feather. I need to choose a little feather with longer fibers.
Right.
I choose always a feather with long fibers. Okay, because you use it to cover the thorax.
This is $100+ in our country.
Yeah.
CDC, lots of it. Unless you hunt your own ducks.
Oh no, I don't hunt, so I need to buy it. That's why I'm a friend of the other Antonio, because he makes some very good prices. Otherwise, I won't fish with him or even with his friend.
We all have our
So
things
we take some fibers of CDC, like this. Well, we'll put in right here where we want to begin the thorax. We'll use some more.
That's the wing starting to form, folks, of the emerging fly.
Yes, it is.
And the legs, the wing, they're all kind of there waiting to come to the surface and become part of the world for 24 hours.
24 hours, yes, sometimes. Other times they don't even.
Sometimes they don't even make it.
Yep, something get it.
Something get it like trout.
So,
All right, very sparse. Now we have the thorax to deal with.
Yeah, now we use some SLF dubbing. I usually do or olive or some damsel tan.
Right.
You can use it in different flies. You can use all other colors, but I use this. It's almost a light olive.
And that's what we do a lot too, kind of a brownish olive.
Yes.
Sometimes even a little gray.
Yeah. Well, I use just a little bit of dubbing to make a small thorax. You need to do because to fix the. See, put some dubbing like this. This.
Very clever little trick there.
Yeah. Okay, it's done. Now I'm gonna put the dubbing and make the thorax. In here. Let's see. And let the fibers came out of the thorax, the dubbing fibers. Now we'll cover the thorax with the CDC feather, you know.
So that
like
you're going to
this.
use it as a thorax
Yes,
rather than
and
an emerging wing.
Yes.
Good job.
Only one turn. I use only one turn. We don't to keep the name very light and to have some space to work in on here. See now, just like this, you take some fibers, maybe half to each side of the hook, and you give 1 or 2 turns more, and you have the legs.
Very simple. Have the legs and the thorax, of course, holding the wing for it to emerge. Now, there's a method to this madness here.
Yeah.
It's not madness, but we call it that. The CDC wing case will add some floatability. And you say, wait a minute, you got a bead head, you got floatability. What it's going to do is counterbalance that bead head from getting too deep.
Yes.
Because emergers are close to the surface. If you have a straight bead head, sometimes you float out of the zone. This will help keep it in the zone.
Yes, we can
It'll
do.
sink quickly because of the weight. Float back up a little bit.
Yeah, and you can do. It gives you one thing. You can use also lay-on feathers to make the thorax and the legs.
Right.
But the CDC have one thing that I think is better than lay-on feathers. Even when it drops with the head, it keeps some bubbles up here.
Right.
And I think this is important, but because when a nymph comes to the surface, I think in the thorax it gets some bubbles of hair when
We'll release gases.
Yes,
Too.
yes.
Especially caddis, they release gases, and the caddis will encase themselves in a bubble, especially, and they'll go up. I've actually got it on film. They'll keep themselves in the bubble, and the bubble opens up.
Yep.
Boom,
They come out.
Not all of them, but some of them. All right, this is good.
So this is
okay.
it's a regular olive nymph. So you could finish right now like
With
she
the hand
was.
whip finish, but I just got to show
No,
this.
yeah.
We've been looking at collections of whip finish. We've
Yeah.
seen ones made in Poland by hand. We've seen from all around the world.
All my friends joke about me because of the size of this,
Yeah.
this little
right, I know,
of this
I know.
tool,
That's
you
good.
know. But
a good one.
but this is a regular nymph. But we are developing something more. We give him an orange spot into the nymph.
Uh-oh, a little bit of European ingenuity.
Yeah.
We've seen this before.
We put a little bit of unistrash.
Right.
Okay, just a
Yep,
little bit.
Good stuff.
Just
Real
get
good
a
stuff.
little
Oh,
bit
I have
of-
to say, it's almost French design because that's
Yes.
Quebec.
Yeah. Yes, it was almost Canadian.
Almost French.
Yes, almost French. Well, you just turn 1 or 2 times in the fly. A little bit of this, you know?
Yeah.
And it will be enough. Okay. And you can
Very
cut it off.
nicely.
like
Very
this.
nicely done.
You know, we usually use without the orange spot, but
Orange
I think
spot's
I something in the orange that attracted the
So you're going to use your whip finish now that people kid you
yeah,
about?
yes, I will. I usually only do 2 or 3 turns with my whip finish.
Yeah, you don't need much.
With my monster one.
'Cause you're
1,
going
2,
behind the beat.
3. Yes.
Those
and
folks,
it will
he's
be
behind the beat.
behind, yes. Okay.
All right.
Yes.
Do you have a name for this nymph?
No, I don't have a special name, olive nymph only.
We'll call it the Portuguese olive nymph,
Yes. Huh?
mayfly nymph.
This already done. Yes, and I will do something more into this nymph, into the thorax. Okay, with another hook or with some tool, you can bring all the fibers out,
Yep.
the dubbing fibers. Okay.
Yeah, we're getting that right now very nicely.
Like this, it will be okay. Okay.
Again, part of the emerging process, fuzzy nymphs
Yes.
work the best. Beautiful. Antonio, thank you very much. We look forward to visiting you.
I hope so.
No, hope so. We will be there
I
for
hope so.
sure.
You will enjoy everything in our country, the fishing, but most the people and all country you will see.